Right julle, ons kyk gou na die addisionele notas dan van Boekmerk. Ons het al die klasnotas gedoen, so hierdie gaan ons gou vinnig deurdraf. Hierso is die gedig, ek gaan nie weer vir julle lees nie, Engelse vertaling. Goed, die gedig is dan geskryf in vrye vers, in free verse. So you know we have no rhyme, we have no set stanza lengths, we have no set line lengths, all of those things there. Die aandagstrepe beklemtoon dit wat volg, so we spoke about the hyphens, emphasizes that which follows. Die tema is die invloed van 'n onderwyser op leerders, the impact of a teacher on students' lives. Die stemming is positief en liefdevol, the tone is positive and loving. Then we spoke about the intertext of the intertextualiteit as it's mentioned here. Matteus 10 vers 29. Mossies is beskou as onbelangrik, tog vir God belangrik en dis is kinders ook belangrik. So sparrows are seen as unimportant creatures and yet God sees them as important, so too children are important. Met die innerlike bou, progressie, sy is 'n toeskouer, we said the teacher is a spectator, sy dink aan haar eie lewe as 'n leerder, she thinks back to her own time as a student, sy gebruik hierdie herinneringe om haar klas te verbeter, she uses these memories to improve the way in which she teaches, en dan haar taak is om vir die lewe voor te berei. Her task is to prepare students for life. Goed, strofe 1, kinders, we said typografie en alleenplasing van kinders hef die boodskap van die gedig uit. So the topography and the alleenplasing, leaving it in its own line of the word kinders, emphasizes the message of the poem, which is children are important. Then, kinders word hier deur die toeskouer beskryf. So she describes the kids here. She says they are children with cheeks like mossies. This is also then explanation of mossies. You know what they are. Small little birdies with black and white cheeks, and they are covered in soft feathers. This is also a simile, a vergelyking. We spoke about that. Wat teen elke oggend stoei, die kinders sien nie uit na die dag nie, they're not looking forward to the day. Woedende vlerke, we said is metafoor first. Die leerder se hande word met mossie se vlerke vergelyk. Children's hands are compared to that of a mossie's wings. And then we have klanknabootsing in the word woedende. Dis die klank van die mossie se vlerke, the sound of the sparrow's wings. And this kind of strengthens this metaphor because you can already see these primary school kiddies whose hands are everywhere. Then it's in the pencil case, then it's in the bag, then it's in the book, then it's doing this, then it's clapping, then it's flicking, and then it's doing, oh, it's terrible. Okay? So, the word gesang is a dank of pryslied, a song of thanks or song of praise. Elke lyfie dan is seilende gesang. Die onderwyser sien elke kind as 'n pryslied wat oor die skool se blink vloere beweeg soos mossies oor blink water beweeg. So the teacher sees every little child as a song of praise or a song of thanks that is going through the school's corridors, their brightly shining floors, just like mossies do over shining water. Then we also have the metafoor in personifikasie. We already spoke about that. We said the metafoor is die gesang, kan 'n geestelike liedjie wees en die kind se lyfie is dus kosbaar. So that through comparing the child then to a seilende gesang, we're comparing him to something valuable directly. Goed. Inkeping, we said, is there emphasizing the important parts, and then we also have herhaling van die W-klanke, geen ritme, of dit gee ritme en dit dra by tot die atmosfeer. So we have repetition of the W sound, which gives rhythm to the poem and adds to the atmosphere, that v sound of the wings, né? Vlytig stort die druppels klank, this is personification, die druppels maak geluide deur die klank uit te stort, so the droplets make the sound by falling on the stoep, on the corridor. Klanke word oor die onderwyseres uitgestort, so the sounds are being showered on this teacher. Sy word nou deel van die kinders se lewe en onthou haar eie skooljare en hoe sy daar geklaar het. So from this moment on, she starts remembering her own life as a student and all the things that she was complaining about. Then we said bittersoet is 'n oxymoron, teenoorgestelde woorde in een woord, so it's two opposites in one word. And then the word reuk en proe, we spoke about that as well as synesthesie. Jy kan die reuk proe. She says there you can taste the smell of that instead of saying you can taste the taste of it or smell the smell of it. In English it doesn't really work, but in Afrikaans jy proe die smaak of jy ruik die reuk. So yeah, in Afrikaans it's easier to say. Kon more o assonansie, assonance of the O. We said also more means she was complaining. Protesteer means she was protesting. So after this, an explanation follows about what she was protesting about. Waarom is alles altyd ver? Die leerders sien nie uit na die res van hulle skooljare nie. They don't look forward to the next or the rest of the school years. And all that waaroms emphasizes the children's questions. Dooie digters, alliterasie, toentertyd, die onderwyseres onthou haar eie skooldae en plaas haarself in die kinders se skoene. The teacher remembers her own school times and places herself in the children's shoes. Remember the word toentertyd also means very long ago, né? And then universeel, this stanza is seen as a universal idea. Why? Want hierdie strofe beskryf die klagtes van alle skoolkinders oor die wêreld heen. This stanza describes the complaints of all school children all over the world. Everybody in all generations have complained about this. Then the word ons there. Die woord ons verwys dat die onderwys haarself as een van die kinders sien. She sees herself as part of the children. Pars, we said, soos net soos wanneer blomblaartjies gepars word, druk die wind die mossie se wange plat. So just like the leaves of a flower or the petals of a flower is squeezed to dry up and become a bookmark, so too are the children's cheeks pressed by the wind. Soos again indicates a vergelyking. Hulle word paraat gemaak vir die lewe sodat hulle die gevegte van die lewe suksesvol kan veg. So the soos here, the comparison, we are changing now the mossiekant into a soldier. So they are being made prepared or ready to become soldiers, in other words, to fight life, to do what life asks of them. Soldaatjies further then indicates progressie. Hulle het nou nie meer wange soos mossies nie, maar wange soos soldaatjies. So they are no longer soft and cuddly, they are now prepared to fight in life. The word pars means to press, om gewig op iets te sit, sodat dit plat is en droog word. So pressing, to put weight on something so that it becomes flat and dry. Mens kan druiwe, blomme en klere pars. So you can press grapes, flowers and clothes. Then it says, tot elkeen het 'n geur van jasmin kan boekmerk. So sy wil elke dag boekmerk, sodat leerders na elke dag kan terugblaai en na die dae kyk as dae van vrede en geluk. So she wants to bookmark each and every single day so that the learners can look back to each day and they will see then they were days of only peace and of joy, happiness, geluk, those things. Van jasmin, die kinders sal aan hierdie tye kan terugdink as lekker tye, so she wants the kids to think back to these times as happy times. Onheil sê vir ons dat die reis nie altyd lekker sal wees nie, so it tells us that the journey will not always be fun, it will be ominous at times. And then ellendige reis, die spreker verwys na die uiteinde van haar veranderde houding. So the speaker refers here to the end goal of her changed attitude. In other words, changing to prepare the kids instead of just teaching them what the books say. En die kinders sal weerbaar, hulle sal prepared wees teen die eise van die lewe. So they will be prepared against the troubles and the demands of life. Then, dit verwys ook na die lewensreis of die skoolloopbaan, so it also refers to the journey of life or your school career, en dit staan alleen want dit beklemtoon die idee. It's alone in its own line because it is emphasized. That is the whole goal of why she changed the entire way of teaching, so that she can prepare them for this terribly long journey. And that is the end of that one. Goed, onthou julle huiswerk.